Hi friends, it's Saturday, August 9th, 2014. Lynn and Jamie here, continuing our assignment in the D.C. area. And boy, oh boy, we are here in Baltimore, and there is a whole area of Baltimore, block upon block upon block, that is one prison right after another. There are city facilities and county facilities and state facilities all here in this prison compound. So we're parking it's close, it's all around us basically. Well, not on that side, there's just bombed out looking places over here, but prison areas all around here. And this is perfect, actually. It's absolutely perfect, because our assignment is to heal the entire correctional system, not just one particular correctional facility or another particular facility, but the system, the system. So to be here among many different correctional facilities, maximum security, pretrial facilities, booking facilities, we're learning a lot about the correctional system. It's all here. So our assignment is to bring the correctional system into alignment with its soul plan. Now we begin. Merging more deeply with the correctional system, coming to know how this is in all of us. It's in all of us. It's a thing that nobody talks about. It's how people are about something embarrassing like rectal cancer or something like that. They don't talk about their brushes with the law. So many people we know of have had problems with the law, for sure, and people we don't. So many people we know have had problems with the law, whether or not we know about it with our conscious minds. But can you feel the truth of it? This is much more, yeah, much more widespread than we know. This isn't something that people tell each other about.
Right.
Right? They just wash it under the bridge as soon as they possibly can. They even change their name. They don't even use the same name often, right?
Right.
Right, so that if you Google them, it doesn't come up, right?
Right.
So sad, the shame. So now just knowing that it's like, here we are, all holding hands, and who among us, like in this life I haven't been inside a jail, but
in many lives I have.
Many lives I have, and so I don't have to go very far back to find a bunch of times my butt has been sitting on one of those hard benches. And this is very Dickensian. They're talking about how the penal system of North America, by and large, is descended from the penal system of Great Britain, and how there was just a punishment thing,
Right.
and the slops, the horrible food and everything, just horrible, how this was just part of it. And whoa, how this doesn't. There's not a tone of rehabilitation. There's a tone of punishment. And even though words are used that lead us to think that there's an interest in rehabilitation, when the underlying tone, foundational assumption, is one of punishment, that isn't the same as singing somebody their soul song, right?
Right.
And now suddenly I see it's a very Islamic looking building, and it's got a courtyard, and it's four like a square.
I see that.
And the minarets, four
on the
yes. And they're singing the songs that call people to God. And that this could be a way that we could equally well do it, right? We could equally well have a place where people just stay inside, and they're just called to prayer, worship any way you want, freedom of worship, but open up to source, come into alignment with the divine, be who your soul wants you to be, find out find deep inside of you the things that went wrong. Something went wrong, right? Well, let's pull them out. Let's see if we can figure out what they are. But while we're errors, they look like
big errors.
Mistakes. They just look just like the error balls that come out when we're clearing errors. They're errors. They're just mistakes. Well, we've all messed up for sure. I make boatloads of mistakes every single day.
Oh,
so
me
now let's
too.
merge with the group of people who makes mistakes. Me too, me too. And once again, it's a group photo. Everybody's here, right? We all make lots and lots of mistakes. And so how come we have some people who make mistakes clustered together behind Cosentino wire facilities?
And treat them like they'll never be worth anything.
Treat them like they aren't worth anything, and they'll
Right.
never be worth anything, and they never have been worth anything. We're trying to supposedly rehabilitate them. But
Because we don't make mistakes, only those people do.
those people, yes, yes. So to remember that we all make mistakes, and like this beautiful correctional system, such a beautiful soul, it didn't intend for this to happen. It didn't. This is a mistake. Shiploads of trash. It's like they look like those trash barges that take out the trash from big cities and dump them into the oceans, which is a whole different conversation. But I'm going to just stay with the program at hand. Stay with the program at hand. Working on the correctional system, not the environmental disaster. Working with the correctional system, not the environmental disaster. I see these barge ships full of errors. You see those barge ships full of errors? There's mountains of errors, right? So now let's just start to ask for light being assistance, or maybe angelic assistance, because we've all made errors, and we do all the time. This is universal. This is universal throughout the universe, throughout the biosphere, throughout the galaxy, and throughout the universe. I think one thing we can pretty much count on is that we're all making mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes.
We're all making mistakes on every level. Noticing how our foundational thought seems to be to just have this happening right now, and expanding it through time, right? Not only right now, but also in the past, right?
Right.
All the errors of the past. And it's not likely that the errors are going to stop this moment, right?
Right.
And so the errors of the future as well, right? Ooh, clearing all the errors, asking the angels if they're willing to use us as vessels to clear all the errors, past, present, and future. In the universe, whoa. In the galaxy, whoa. In the biosphere, and in the correctional system defined as widely as possible. Wow. It's such a huge flow of errors. I've never seen anything like it. It's like bubble upon bubble upon bubble upon bubble. In all directions, all I see are error bubbles. Do you see all this
It's like a sea of error bubbles.
Sea of error bubbles. I think it's time for me to play some of my chips.
Looks like poker chips.
Yeah. So I'll just play them. I've got a whole bag of them, sure. Here, take some. It's weird. It's a cobblestone street, and it goes down a little hill or a bridge. I can't quite tell. It could be a bridge, and then kind of curving around. I don't know what it means. But it's all the errors, but they look like people now, marching.
I see that too.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. We're supposed to sing them their song. We could just hum. Or, you know what? There is no future. There is no past. Thank God this moment's not the last. There's only us, there's only this. Forget regret, or life is yours to miss. No other road, no other way, no day but today. Forget regret, or life is yours to miss. All the regrets. Who among us hasn't regretted our many mountains of mistakes? I know I have.
Oh, me too.
We all regret it. Me too, me too, me too. clearing the mountain of mistakes. There's like the trumpets of the angels are at the far end of this road that goes down and then curves around, and I can see it off in the distance going over other hills. But way in the distance I can see a big trumpet like an angel's trumpet.
Mm-hmm. I see that long trumpet.
Yeah, the long trumpet. Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
I can too. It's calling to them. Head for the trumpet, friends. Head for the trumpet. Head for the sound. The guides are talking about how the inmates in many cases are extremely energy sensitive people with zero awareness of how to tend an energy body. Nobody has taught them anything about it. They have no awareness. They've never heard the terms, right?
Right.
And as a matter of fact, when they talk about it, people tell them they're crazy, right?
That's true.
And so they don't want to talk about it. They keep it hush-hush. And they get a thicker shell as life hands them sour lemons. Sour lemon after sour lemon.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, thicker shell after thicker shell after thicker shell. And so they could be cellmates, and they're not talking about it, right? Because they're afraid it will make them sound sissy and make them weak and therefore vulnerable to bad things happening as they do in correctional facilities. We can give them tools they can use to protect their backsides with light, right? Wall of light at the back. Keep a wall of light at the back. They all want to know how they can always have a wall at their back, right? They can always have a wall at their back. It's true, they can. With light. And we look at how many of the people who are behind bars have had just horrendous childhoods, right? Right. And so tuning, they were not born with silver spoons in their mouths. And they have suffered so deeply for so many years, things we can't even imagine, many of them. Well, we can imagine them. We don't want to think about things we don't want to think about.
That's it.
Yeah. So clearing for all the abused children, right? For all the abused children everywhere. We can clear this. So if you don't have it in your current life, find it in the past. If you have it in your current life, use what you have from your current life. But find a time that you were an abused child, and let's clear it. For all of us.
It's like a huge big bubble came out, but the inside is still sticky.
It is. I agree. What is the stickiness?
Well, it's not good, and it feels like from the big bubble of stuff that came out felt like it came from other things, and the sticky feels like it comes from self.
Yeah, like resentment or it's like not letting it go. Right? Not letting it go. Bad things happen, and nobody's denying that. We just cleared a bunch of it. We felt it. That was horrible stuff. But now we can let it go. We can let it go. So now for all of us, me too, me too, me too, we're surely all holding on to things that we can let go of. We all are, for sure, right? So for all of us who are holding on to things that we can let go of, me too, me too, me too. Wow! Let's let this go. Wow, what a huge blob of energy. Playing more of my chips. Take them. I have plenty of chips. More where they came from. How many do you need? There we go. The dealer just drew all the chips. I don't know what that means. Did you see the dealer do that? The house wins. The house wins. So in the correctional facility, the big house, the house always wins, doesn't it? Wow. But is that asked to be shown? Is that what the higher soul wants the attitude to be? Not at all. And so to clear this is just an error of thinking, right? This isn't how the soul plan of the correctional system wants things to be handled. The soul and the guides of the higher dimension soul of the correctional system don't want this to be an attitude of the house always wins. They want it to be an attitude of we all win. Win, 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 win. Everybody gets better. The suffering people come in here and they've made mistakes. They have. But because of that, we have an opportunity to help them. Drawing something up. Just it's low and it's thick and solid. Drawing it up. It just feels hopeless. It's hopelessness, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopelessness. There's no hope for me. There's no hope for this to be different. Just hopelessness. On all sides. It's coming at us from all sides. There's hopelessness from all sides. Intention to lift the errors. Wow, that feels great.